Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to tell you what not to say when you're trying to comfort or provide emotional support to a friend or a loved one. I'm Bruce Lambert from howcommunicationworks.com. Let's get started. So in the last video, I talked about all the things you should say if you want to provide effective emotional support to a friend. But we've all been on the receiving end of people attempting to support us when they really hurt our feelings or made us irritated or got us angry because of the things they said. It's unfortunately relatively easy to say the wrong thing when we're trying to be emotionally supportive to people. So I'm going to go through a list of the wrong things. And these are all things that research has shown are ineffective. So the first set of things is sort of the least worst things you can say. And that's like trying to give too much advice or trying to distract them from their feelings or offer reassurance that everything's going to be okay. Research says that these things are sort of mixed effectiveness, but you want to steer clear of advice most of the time or simple reassurance or distraction. You're really not dealing with people's feelings if you're trying to do any one of these three things. But the remaining things research has shown are really, really ineffective and you want to avoid them at all costs. So the first of those is any kind of condemnation or criticism of the other person's behavior. You're trying to support them. So obviously criticism, condemnation is the opposite of support. So anything that tends to be undermining of the legitimacy of the other person's feelings is not going to be perceived as supportive. So this includes saying that their feelings are bad, that their feelings are wrong, that they should be embarrassed for feeling that the way they're feeling, or that you're embarrassed by the way that they're feeling, or that they're immature for the way that they're feeling. All that stuff should be just off limits. It may be tempting to say that. You might even believe that their feelings are wrong or that they're embarrassing themselves, but it's not supportive to say it. Related to that is anything that says their behavior is bad, that they're that by having these emotions, this is bad, unacceptable behavior. You shouldn't say that. Or related to that, telling them how to behave, especially if you tell people to relax or calm down. Now, it's tempting to tell people to relax or calm down when they're really agitated. But if you've ever been on the receiving end of someone telling you to relax or calm down, it simply does not work. It's never worked. It never will work to take someone who's upset and say, well, just calm down, just relax. This is the opposite of being comforted. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard to someone who's upset. If they could relax, they would relax. If they could calm down, they would calm down. To be told that is just to be treated like a child. It's really not effective at all. Additionally, you don't want to say anything that will suggest that the other person's feelings are not legitimate. Remember when I talked about what to say, I said, say everything you can to legitimize the other person's feelings. So there's a bunch of things that you can do that are the opposite of this. So minimizing people's feelings, oh, it's no big deal. Denigrating the source of the other person's feelings. So if a person is suffering from a breakup, you're going to say something like, oh, that guy was an idiot anyway. He was such a loser. Well, if you're still in love with someone and your heart is broken because they're not with you anymore, then someone telling you that they're a loser and they're no good for you doesn't really make you feel any better. Blaming the other person for feeling the way, well, it's your fault that they broke up with you. You were too clingy. So that's not going to be perceived as helpful. The next thing not to say is to imply that the other person is somehow incompetent because they're feeling the way they are. So something like, well, if you had your life together more, you wouldn't be feeling this way. It's your own fault for feeling this way. Or related to that, trying to suggest that it's dysfunctional for the person to be feeling the way they're feeling. Say, you're a mess. You can't keep getting upset like this. You got to stop crying. This is not the way an adult behaves. Or claiming that the problem that they're suffering from is small or inconsequential. Come on, it's you just lost the game. It's no big deal. Or there's a lot of other fish in the sea. You got to get over it. None of this is going to be perceived as supportive. I guess the most classic thing not to say is to just tell other people how to feel. So this means like telling them to cheer up, telling them to just be happy, anything that tells another person how to be feel, or telling them, well, you should be angry at him. I don't know why you love him. You should be angry with him about the way he treated you, or you should feel lucky that you still have this and that and the other thing going on in your life. When people are feeling a certain way, they don't want to be told to feel another way. If they could simply turn off some feelings and turn on others, they would. No one wants to suffer with uncomfortable feelings, so telling them how to feel isn't helpful. Focusing on your own feelings. So if someone's going through a divorce or a death in the family or a job loss or something like that, to tell them long stories about your divorce or the death of one of your family members or when you lost a job isn't really helpful. If you could tell a brief story that shows solidarity with the other person and shows them that maybe you've been through something similar too, and for that reason you're prepared to support them, that can be effective. But telling them, talking about yourself isn't supportive. You know, when the act of emotional support is about putting yourself to the side and being available to another person. And finally, getting over involved in another person's life. This is the opposite of sort of denigrating them or not caring enough. This is like, well, I need you to call me every hour on the hour and tell me how you're feeling. And I'm coming over later so we can talk more about this. And I don't know, I think I'm going to call your ex-boyfriend and talk to him about how he's been treating you. This is over involvement and nobody wants this. So those are some simple things that you should avoid saying if you're trying to be emotionally supportive to a friend or a loved one. If you like this kind of video, please hit like, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon so I can notify you next time I make a video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you like or dislike about this video. Go on over to howcommunicationworks.com and sign up for our mailing list. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time.